Today we're going to talk about the different stages of plant growth when you're growing in a GreenStalk vertical planter. So this here is the 7-tier GreenStalk vertical planter. I picked it up a few weeks back, or I should say it got shipped to me a few weeks back. And at the time of planting these plants that are currently in the planter, I didn't have everything I wanted. So today I went to the nursery, got some more herbs, and today I'm going to finish filling it up. But what's really cool to see is that what I already planted has taken off so much. I actually want to space things out a bit more today. So if I would have a few weeks back at the time of planting planted things closer, I don't think the growth would be quite as great. So for example, this mint plant here was about the size of this one that I picked up today, and look how much it's already grown. It's basically taking over the 2 pockets next to it. So I wouldn't want to plant another mint plant right here. I could, but it's gonna shade that plant out. And you can kind of see that happening right here with this flower that I planted. So I planted some zinnia seeds and they're popping up well, but it's somewhat getting shaded out by this mint plant. And I also have another mint here that is starting to drape over the edge. So imagine if I had something right here, it probably would get blocked out kind of by this plant. And then my parsley, it has really taken off. I actually need to harvest it. The more frequently you harvest your herbs, the better they grow. I haven't used parsley in anything recently, and so I've just been letting it go, but it's going to eventually kind of taper out. So it's better to harvest it and keep it more compact versus letting it just take off like that. However, you can see how big things get. And then here we have some oregano. It's growing well. Same thing, I need to harvest it. Even if you're not going to be using your herbs, it is really best practice to harvest them frequently and toss them to the chickens, dry them, even just toss them in the compost pile just to keep the plants productive. And here we have another zinnia seed that popped up. You can see this mint, it's actually like growing through. It's really wild. So today as I plant more herbs, I'm going to actually just space them out. I'm going to look at what's above. So right here I have an oregano and a large mint plant. I will probably plant another something right here. That would be, these pockets might just stay just empty for now. And so there's also a few more things I picked up. I have some green onions, some cilantro, some lemon balm. So I'm going to take this planter apart and start planting these new herbs. And I'm just going to keep in mind that whatever I have above certain plants, I want to make sure I give some space so that things can grow to their full potential. I want to think of the growth habit of plants. For example, green onions, they grow basically just straight up. They're kind of compact. Cilantro, it can get big and bushy, but you're hopefully harvesting often. You're not letting it get huge. And so I just want to make sure everything gets plenty of sun, has plenty of space to grow. The 7-tier is great because you have so many pockets to plant in. And so it's not a big deal if you leave a couple blank or empty so that everything can grow wonderfully. Alrighty, and now that everything is planted, I want to just talk through why I planted things where I did and give you some tips on plants that you can grow in the 7-tier GreenStalk planter. So my parsley, the mint, oregano was already there, and some zinnias. And you can see how big the mint got. So I tried to think through the overall size of each plant that I was planting today and the growth habit. So does it grow upright? Does it sprawl? Does it spread? So with my mint, it's going to kind of go outwards, and sometimes it will start draping over the edge. So when I planted my new mint plant today, which is right up here, I'm assuming it's going to do the same thing. Hopefully it'll kind of grow upwards a little bit and drape over. If it shades the oregano a little bit, not a big deal. This zinnia is already not really growing that well, so I don't mind if it gets shaded. I should have probably planted that somewhere else, but didn't know at the time. So this mint, I'm assuming, will do the same as the other. Up here I did some sweet basil. Sweet basil loves sun, and it doesn't mind the heat, so I'm gonna let it just grow big and upright. Down here, I did some chives. Chives grow upwards, and there's nothing really blocking its way. It's not shading anything below. This pineapple mint was already here. It's kind of draping over the edge, so I left this pocket right here empty. I did some sweet basil right here. It's gonna probably get a little bit shaded by this mint, but hopefully it'll just start kind of growing outward. It'll still probably get, it should hopefully still get plenty of sun. This time, accidentally got placed in this spot. It may or may not do well. We'll see. It ideally should have been probably planted somewhere else, but once I already got it stacked together, I didn't want to unplant. But it's probably going to get a little shaded by the mint. But thyme also kind of drapes, so it might do okay. Then down on the second tier, I did all cilantro. So cilantro is a cool weather herb, and so it's going to benefit from the shade of these plants up here. So I did one whole tier of just cilantro. It's going to grow upright. It's not really blocking anything above or below. And I squeezed some green onions in here as well. They are a cool weather plant as well, but they do pretty well throughout the summer. Even though they grow best in cool weather, I've had green onions thrive all year long in hot and cold weather. So they are mid-range where they're going to get some shade, but won't be full sun. And then the very bottom, I did a lemon balm, a sweet basil, and a Thai basil. And my hope is that they will just grow upwards, and the cilantro will grow upwards, so they should all kind of complement each other. So if you're looking for plants to grow in your GreenStalk, I highly recommend herbs and leafy greens. You can basically grow anything you want in the GreenStalk, but the 7 tier has a little bit shallower pockets, and so it is best suited for things that don't have really deep roots. So I love to grow my herbs. I will probably plant some lettuces and things as well as the season goes on. If I, as this basil tapers out at the end of summer, I can fill this pocket with some lettuce and various cool weather crops. So this is my summer GreenStalk planter at the moment. If you're interested in checking out the 5 tier, it has deeper pockets and you can grow more things like your peppers, cucumbers, squashes, all kinds of crops. So head to this video right here. I just did a video all about Mother's Day and how I gifted the 5 tier to my mom. So if you want to check out the 5 tier, head to that video and I'll see you there.